Okay, this video is going to be on doing a granny stitch in a straight row. A lot of granny stitches or granny squares are done in a square, around kind of in a circle that makes a square as you work on it with corners, but this one's just in a straight row. So I've got my slip knot and we're going to work in multiples of 4. So depending on how long you want your project to be, you need to chain in multiples of 4. So if you want a scarf, you might only want to go 28 chains, or if you want it to be an afghan, then you're going to have many more. I'm just going to do a few just for time's sake. So I've done 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's check the length. Let's do a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a little bit longer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think that'll give us a good length to start with. So now you're going to go into the stitch that is 4 stitches from in the chain. So you don't count this one you're on. And you go 1, 2, 3, and we're going to go into the 4th one. And I like to go into the bump on the back. So I see that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do a double crochet into that bump. So I've yarned over, going into the bump, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's a single crochet. And what I've got here is actually 2 stitches. This right here is going to count as my first stitch. This is my second stitch. So when we do the granny square, you put 3 in one spot. So I'm going to go back into that stitch and act like this is my first one, and then this is my second one. And so I'm going to yarn over and go back in to where I was in that same bump. Yarn over, pull through the bump, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So now I have a cluster of 3. This part of the chain counting as 1, 2, 3. I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to skip 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to go in the 4th stitch. Oop, yarn over first because we're going to do a double crochet. Into the bump, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now I want 3 of those double crochets in that same spot. Yarn over, put it back in that same bump, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, go again, yarn over in the same spot, pull through 2, pull through 2. So now I have kind of like a cluster, although don't call it a cluster because that's something different. I've got 3 stitches here in the same spot and 3 stitches here, 3 double crochets. So I chain 1, and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3 stitches, and I'm going to go in the 4th. Yarn over, caught some of my other, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Go again in the same place. Go again in the same place. Same stitch. Chain 1. I kind of like to pull down here so that that bump doesn't get too stretched out. Same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, yarn over, go in the 4th, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Same place, yarn over in the same stitch, and one more. Chain 1 after you get that done. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the same place. And one more. Chain 1. Now the last one, make it kind of crowded. It doesn't look like I have enough room, so I'm just going to go ahead and put it in this last bump. Okay, so I've got 3 stitches in there. Now to turn, we're going to chain 4. And I'll tell you why. So the first 1, 2, 3 is going to count as our double crochet stitch when we come back. And the fourth one is part of the turn. So I've already got this one. This is the first cluster, and this is going to be, once we get this next one done in this hole, this is going to be a long post that we can come back and put another one up there. So that's why we need so much room. So I chained 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I turned it, going back, and when I do this I get to go in this big old gap. Very easy, it's not hard to find. You just go in the gap between those 2 sets of 3. So yarn over, go in the gap, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Do that twice more. You're going to go all the way to the end. Pause and stop as we go. I know I'm going kind of quickly, but I want to get to the end to show you how to start the next row. Remember to chain 1, and I don't think I did that when I started over here. Silly me. So chain 1 so you have room to get over to this next spot. I was getting ahead of myself. Chain 1. So I'm just doing double crochets, 3 in the same space, and that's what gives it that cluster look, all together in the same spot. Chain 1 into the next space, and now when I get over here, I'm just going to go into the top of this stitch here, kind of like we did with the bottom. I'm going to yarn over, come into the top of this stitch and try to get the front and the back post, front and the back of the stitch. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. I'm going to leave that there. Chain 1, 2, 3. I've kind of got a knot in my yarn. sorry. Fast forward. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, turn. And now I can go right back into this stitch, this hole, but I've already got one done. So now I only need 2. So I'm going to go right back in here. And that's going to be the cluster that's going to match up with the one below it. So you're starting to see a pattern there. And so you do the same thing in each of these spots. Cluster there, there, and one in here, and start the next row. Happy crocheting!